Trudeau and Wilson Raybould, the crisis that could unseat Canada's PM. BBC News. These are external links and will open in a new window. Another minister has gone in a deepening political crisis that threatens to engulf Justin Trudeau's re-election chances. Hey race what you need. Mr. Trudeau has been accused of pressuring his former Attorney General to cut a deal with a company facing corruption charges and retaliating when she refused to play ball. The revelations could cost Trudeau the October general election, some pundits say. The former AG, Jody Wilson Raybould, says Trudeau and his staff spent months trying to convince her that taking the company to trial would cost Canadians jobs and their party votes. She also says she was subject to veiled. Now another minister, Jane Philpott, has quit, saying it was untenable for her to continue due to serious. The spurned ex-minister Jody Wilson Raybould was Canada's Attorney General and Justice Minister. Unlike in the UK, she was also Canada's first Indigenous Justice Minister and worked on a number of pieces of landmark legislation, including legalizing cannabis and assisted dying. In January, she was shuffled from the Justice Department to the Department of Veterans Affairs, a move many saw as a demotion. The corporation SNC-Lavalin is one of the world's largest engineering and construction companies. The company faces fraud and corruption charges in relation to approximately $48M, $36M, £28M, and the firm has openly lobbied to be allowed to enter into a remediation agreement instead of going to trial, saying it has cleaned house and changed its ways. The PM Justin Trudeau is Canada's Prime Minister. He won a majority. He faces a federal election in October 2019. The Trudeau ally who quit, Jane Philpott, is described as one of his most trusted ministers. But explaining why she was quitting as Treasury Board President could not have been more pointed. Citing the SNC-Lavalin affair, she said, SNC-Lavalin is based in Quebec, a swing province that has long been viewed as essential ground for the Liberal Party to win during an election which is coming up in October. When the Liberals win Quebec, they often win a majority of seats in Parliament. When they lose, at the time that Wilson Raybould says she was being pressured to cut a deal, Quebec was also in the middle of a heated provincial election that eventually led to the ousting of Quebec Liberal Premier Philippe Couillard. Wilson Raybould says the federal Liberal Party kept raising the Quebec election as one of the reasons why she should consider cutting a deal with SNC-Lavalin. Trudeau has denied wrongdoing and says any lobbying by him or his inner circle for engineering giant SNC-Lavalin was done to protect jobs. Speaking to reporters on Thursday morning, Mr. Trudeau said he disagreed with her characterization of events and maintained his staff followed the rules. Trudeau's longtime friend and Principal Secretary Gerald Butts has already resigned. Many speculate that other top officials that Wilson Raybould named may follow. Canada's Ethics Commissioner is investigating Wilson Raybould's accusations to see if any conflict of interest rules were broken. For her part, but the real question is what this could mean for Trudeau and his election in the fall. Conservative leader of the opposition Andrew Scheer has already called for Trudeau's resignation, saying he no longer has the moral. That seems unlikely, but what is likely, at least according to columnist Chantal Hébert and other political pundits, is that the North had begun to dismantle Sahé, but satellite images indicate the launch pad is being restored. Have you been getting these songs wrong? What happens to your body in extreme heat?
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.